Well, hello there. I'm Yafi, and it's been a while. A month, to be precise. Well, I'm back again with a tutorial video, since it's been quite a while since the last one, and my art style has changed quite a bit. So, I'm here again. I will be using my Hisuian Typhlosion as an example for this tutorial. This Typhlosion is also gonna be featured in another video, but that's for later. Well, let's get started. The application I am going to be using for this drawing is Ibis Paint X. It's available on iOS and Android. This is the canvas size I use for all of my fakemon. And this is the QR code of the brush I use for line art. Well, let's get started. So, at first, I do my sketch and color the sketch. And after that, I lower the opacity of the sketch and then put another layer over the sketch for the line art. Then I go to my brush of choice, then turn it to black. Then I compare line sizes and line consistency with some official art. Then I go in meticulously and draw the lines. And that's basically the process the whole way through. After the line art is done, I put a layer under the line art and then color pick the colors which I want to put on the color layer. And I also use the fountain pen as an eraser to use for fades. Now for what you guys are probably waiting for, the shading. I put a clipping layer over the color layer and name it shading. Then I use another layer and I label that for highlights for later. Then I go on the shadow layer, the layer where the shadow is in, and when I choose a dark color that will work as my shading, usually it's around the yellow orangish type of hue, and then I go in with a pen, usually the dip pen hard, and I put a line, then I use the bucket tool to fill in that line, and that's basically what I do for the rest of this clip. And after the shading is done, I lower the opacity to 23% or more, and then duplicate the layer. Then on the layer above the other shading layer, I erase the edge of the shading parts that I want to erase. And then I basically do that for the whole scene. And for the part where you see where the shading is like cut off, like for example on Scraggy, and on the same shading layer I use on the shading layer I color pick the color of the thing I want to be like on Scraggy, and then I use a transparent brush and I go over it. Now for the fun part, highlights. So I go in with a brush, typically dip pen hard, but it can also be like felt tip pen hard. Then I go in with a light cream type of color, and when I go over it with a semi-transparent brush in that same light cream type of color, then I do a type of like shading. It's layered. And that's basically what I do for the rest of this clip. And as a bonus, I'll let you guys see how I do fire. Basically, just see what I do. Well, here it is. Well, that's the end. I hope you have a nice time zone and peace.